because this is what we do, isn't it? Us spiritualists, we think a lot. We think a lot. And I was thinking about why people tune in to our services and to all the various mediums and psychics that we have broadcasting now on social media and so on. And I thought basically people need comfort and they need upliftment, especially, you know, in these hard times. I mean, the human beings have a hard time of it anyway. We know this, and it doesn't matter if they're rich or poor, old or young, you know, male or female, or all other definitions. Everybody goes through it a lot of the time. And I think that spiritualism has a lot to offer because we give people messages from the next world. And I make no excuses for that. Yes, we do. We give communications from people who are supposed to be dead to people who they love back here on the earth plane. And this is something that everybody likes. Well, a few people don't because they're miserable. But most people enjoy hearing from loved ones who they thought have been lost to them forever, to find that in actual fact they're able to communicate with them, to make their presence felt to them. And I've always said this, that, you know, there are people who sort of criticise mediums, for instance, and it's like they're testing you on a sliding scale, like as if they're figure skaters in some competition, you know, and marking us out of 6. You know, 5.9 for old Joe Bloggs down the road. He was good, wasn't he? And then you get 3.2 for her up there, because she wasn't all that. And then you get no, I would give him less than 1, really, because he didn't give me the person that I wanted. He gave me that woman I hated while she was down here. I didn't want to talk to her. You know, so there's all these things going on. But the fact is that everybody loves to have a message. And I think that's a good thing. But the fact is this, that messages have to contain within them that truth, that life does continue after this one. And the reason that it does is because we are all of the spirit. We are spirit within these fleshly bodies. And when we pass away, when our physical body is no more, we go on to those spirit dimensions and we live a continuous life, and we live on in other dimensions, and we are able to prove that through those messages. So I think that, again, we then look at the philosophy that comes from that we have, which is that we are a spirit here and now, and everybody is spirit, regardless of creed or culture, colour, religion, doesn't matter what they are down here. Everybody goes on to live in those spirit dimensions as spirit, and we all come from the great spirit, one spirit. We are all one spirit of the great spirit, and really that is our raison d'etre. That is the reason that we are as spiritualists. We know that we are all that spirit, and we do not harbour the desire to harm the next spirit to us. So when Jesus, for instance, said, love each other, that is the second most great commandment, it sure is, because if we love the next person, there's no war, there's no conflict, there's no turning out onto the street and making everybody's life a misery. You know, we all debate, we discuss, we talk, we reason with the next person. If we don't agree with them, we don't have to agree with everybody, far from it. But let's just talk about it. Let's not resort to violence and animalistic aggression and hurt other spirits in bodies. That's the point. And also, I would like to say at this point that I would extend that, because we know that animals come back. We know that animals live on after they pass away. That means they have a spirit within them. They may not be highly evolved souls. They may not have what we understand to be a soul, an individual soul, but they certainly have that divine spirit within them. because that's a spark of life, and they deserve our respect as well, because they too are able to communicate back with us when they've gone over. So I do need to say that on behalf of the animals. So the other thing is that I've said about messages being most important. We can get messages for ourselves. We don't have to be mediums in order to do that, or even to exercise our psychic faculties. All we need to do is, as I've always said, just close our eyes, perhaps ask, could I have a message, please? Get hold of a nice little book. It doesn't have to be the Bible. In fact, the Bible's quite stringent on something, so it's best avoided if you want a bit of cheering up. If you're going to ask for a message from the Bible. But for instance, if you have a little hymn book, they've always got nice sacred words in them. And this morning, I must say, just to end this little chat about what we're all doing here as spiritualists, and our messages and our philosophy, and our upliftment and our comfort that we get from that knowledge that we have, that life is eternal and we are all one spirit, and we're spirit within and there's spirit out there helping us, that we can get our little messages. This morning I was feeling very low, and I thought, I'll ask for a message. So I opened a book, and Reverend Nick will know this because it gave me great joy. And I'll have to try. I'm not very good at reading because of my reading glasses. But however, what did I get, Reverend Nick? I got, "Thou whose almighty word the whole creation heard, the law of right. Hear us, we humbly pray, and where love's golden day sheds not its glorious ray, let there be light." Now, Lester, I'll just mention to you as well on that subject of letting there be light. They were the very first public words that I said. I was in the Prentice Road Liberal Synagogue when I was 7 years old, where I had to go with my parents. You know, all of us who are children at some point, you know, I was a child once, we get taken to a Sunday school, whatever religion we're in. And I had to light one of the Hanukkah candles, and that's the celebration, for people who don't know, a celebration of the miracle of the oil burning in the temple, and it was reconsecrated to God after it being defiled as a heathen place. We won't go into that. And the words I had to learn were, "And God said, let there be light, and there was light." So I'll leave you with that thought. God bless you all.
God bless you too, Lynn.